Welcome back, guys, to another Clash Royale video, and today I want to share with you guys my top 10 update wish list for Clash Royale. And I did a video on this about 2 months ago, but a lot has changed since then, so I figured it was time to do another one. And if you guys have any feedback on any of these ideas, or have some ideas of your own that you want to share with me, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But let's go ahead and get started here. So my first idea has to be increasing the gold rewards in this game. I still think it's a huge problem even with the challenges added to the game. I do think the last update was a huge step in the right direction, but I still think more has to be done. On my second account as well as my third account, both of them are so broke on gold, they can't even afford to upgrade the cards in their battle decks, and they both have like 3 or 4 cards in their active battle decks that need to be upgraded. So I definitely think gold still is a very big problem in this game, especially if you aren't even at tournament standards yet and you don't have the option of doing those challenge modes. So I think it'd be cool if they even added a chest to this game, like the epic chest as well as the legendary chest, that only gave you a large amount of gold, like a gold chest, even though they do already have the golden chest, maybe calling it the gold chest or something like that, that gave you like 10,000 or even 20,000 gold depending on what kind of arena you're in. But they would obviously have to make it as rare as the epic chest and the legendary chest. But moving on here, my next idea is to make the challenge mode tournaments more accessible for free-to-play players. I do want to start off by saying I think they did an excellent job with these tournaments by making them already pretty affordable, costing only 10 gems for the classic challenge and 100 gems for the grand challenge. And those 10 gems you can get out of only a couple chests to go ahead and do a classic challenge. But if you are a 100% free-to-play player, it can get hard over time to afford to do those classic challenges over and over and over again, especially when you're at the point where a card upgrade costs you 50,000 gold. That's 25 classic challenges, assuming you get 12 wins in every single challenge just to afford to upgrade one card. And this is especially true if you're the kind of person that likes to save up their gems to buy those special card packs that come out every single time they release a new card. So my solution to this would be adding some sort of free token system into the game that allows you to do one free classic challenge per week, and if you made it to 8 wins in that classic challenge, you then got a grand challenge token. If you made it to 12 wins, you got 3 grand challenge tokens, and then you can save up and use 5 grand challenge tokens to enter into a grand challenge for free. And then going along with this, I think they should add some sort of token limit so you can't go inactive for 4 months, come back with 50 free tokens. Maybe they should limit it at 5 free tokens per account, so you have to keep actively using them, otherwise they go to waste. But that's just a random idea I had for making challenges more accessible. Like I said already, I think they did an excellent job with these challenges, making them already pretty affordable as it is. But like I said before, if you are a 100% free-to-play player, sometimes it can get hard to afford these challenges, especially when you get to the point that the 12-win chest from a classic challenge doesn't really give you enough gold to upgrade your cards, and you have to almost switch to start doing grand challenges all the time to get those higher gold rewards. Now my next idea here kind of ties into the previous two, and that would be improving the custom tournament mode. I think in the previous update, they went a bit too far with reducing the rewards in these custom tournaments. I mean, the entry-level custom tournament only gives 25 cards as well as 175 gold for first place, which in my opinion doesn't even make it worth that 1 hour grind that it takes for that tournament. But let me know what you think. I definitely think the custom tournaments could be improved in some way. Now my next idea here is to add an actual dedicated in-game friends list. In the recent Clash of Clans update, they added the ability to search people up by their user tag, and you also have a dedicated friends list where you can add friends in Clash of Clans itself without any need to hook up Game Center or Facebook. So I would love to see that ability come to Clash Royale, where you can search up people based off of their player tag, and you can also add friends right inside the game itself without any need to use Facebook or Game Center. And then tying into this, I know Supercell has already announced they have plans to fix the spectating problem that currently exists with the current friends list in the game, but I also think they should add some sort of ability to mute the friends list. For example, when you don't want to take friendly battle requests, or when you don't want people spectating your battles live, they should give you the option to go on your friends list and maybe mute it. But let's move on here. This next idea I have mentioned before, and that is improving the achievements in this game, because honestly they are extremely lackluster right now, giving you like 2 gems, 5 gems, even 10 gems. Like taking a look at Clash of Clans here, you get like 100 gems, 500 gems. There's some achievements that give you 1,000 gems or even 2,000 gems. So I definitely think the achievement system should see some huge changes and improvements. Because right now, honestly, they don't really feel like achievements at all. But let's keep moving on here. Now my next idea here I have mentioned before as well, and that's to add some sort of casual or practice mode into this game where the matches are unranked and based on level, maybe even at tournament standards, where you can go ahead and practice decks, try out different strategies without risking losing trophies or risking losing in a challenge tournament. And I think they should get rid of the training mode that is currently in this game, where you face off against a max level trainer who spams max level legendaries at you, and instead replace it with this casual or practice mode. You can go ahead and face off against other people at tournament standards without risking your trophies and go ahead and practice out different strategies. Now my next idea here is a pretty interesting one, and I would love to hear your feedback on it, and that's to add some sort of time-sensitive special game mode into this game. And when I say time-sensitive, I mean maybe it only lasts a week out of a month, or maybe it's every week but the special mode changes per week, or maybe it's only certain times of a year. But what this mode would be is a battle mode completely separate from ladder that has special rules, like maybe 3 times the elixir the entire battle, maybe everyone has the same decks regardless of whether or not you have those cards unlocked already, maybe everybody has a Sparky as every single card in their deck, and the Sparky only costs 1 elixir and you just go crazy, or maybe it's all legendary battles even if you don't have the legendaries themselves. It would just be a special fun mode. Go ahead and play some battles with some crazy rules. And in these special events, all the levels will be standardized. Even if you're a level 2 player, level 3 player, level 12 player, everything gets standardized to tournament standards. And even if you don't have access to those cards yet, you'll still be able to use them in the special game mode. And maybe you would get special tokens for participating in these time-sensitive events. And then you can go ahead and use these tokens to buy stuff, maybe stuff like gold or chest, or maybe you can use these tokens to enter into challenge tournaments for free, or maybe even use it for purely cosmetic stuff. Like they should add maybe avatars to players' profile that you can go ahead and earn by achievements, or maybe buy with legendary trophies, or maybe even buy with these special tokens that you would get from these special events. But like I said, pretty random idea I had. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. I think it would be a pretty cool addition to this game. And moving on here, I have some quality of life changes that I would love to see added to this game. Stuff like separating the clan mail inbox from the news feed, giving you larger font on clan messages, and maybe even some more space. And as the clan leader, I would love the ability to leave messages when I kick people or when I reject people that are trying to get into my clans. And then tying into some more clan stuff here, I would love the ability, like you have in Clash of Clans, to bookmark certain clans instead of having to search them up all the time. I'm honestly surprised this hasn't come to the game yet, considering it's already been in Clash of Clans for a very long time. And moving on here, I would love the ability to have more deck slots available instead of just 3, maybe giving us 5 total deck slots available, because I love to use many different decks in this game. And then tying into cards here, I would love the ability to organize these cards based on my own organizational taste. I would love to have separate tabs, move all the cards that I rarely ever use all the way to the bottom, and then have the cards that I use most often way at the top there. Just kind of some cool quality of life ideas that I had to make this game a little bit better. And to finish off this video, my 2 final ideas. One, adding a new arena at maybe 2600 trophies or 2700 trophies, and adding new cards to the game. Obviously, I think there's a room in between Frozen Peak and Legendary Arena for a new arena. And finally, balance changes I think are desperately needed right now. I think the poison should see a nerf. I think it's too easy to use. It's a blanket spell that covers almost the entire enemy arena, does damage over time, slows things down. I think it's too easy to use and be effective with it. I think cards that are as strong as that should require a high skill cap as well. Some other balance changes that I would love to see, remember these are all based on my personal opinion, is I think the Mega Minion is a little bit too strong for only a 3 elixir cost. And even though I do love the Ice Spirit and use it on almost every single deck, I definitely think it's way too strong for a 1 elixir cost. Some cards that I think should be buffed include the Giant Skeleton, the Baby Dragon. In my opinion, a Baby Dragon should counter stuff like Barbarians, Minion Horde, Skeleton Army perfectly, but right now it struggles to even do that. Other cards include the Golem, I think needs a tiny little buff. And then there's the Giant. Now in my opinion, I don't think the Giant is too overpowered. I think it's a lot of the support cards that go with the Giant that make those Giant poison decks really overpowered. Stuff like the Poison Spell, the Mega Minion, the Bowler, the Ice Spirit, all those cards that make the Giant poison strategies more overpowered than the Giant itself, in my opinion. And I think the Giant walks a very fine line of being overpowered or underpowered. I think with too much of a nerf, the Giant becomes impossible to get past defenses and to the tower. And then what happens after that is everybody will switch to defense heavy decks because they can't get troops to the tower. So I think it's pretty important to have some strong cards that can get past defenses. But like I said, in my opinion, I think some of these support cards are more to blame than the Giant itself with some of these Giant poison strategies. But that's just my personal list of balance changes. There's more than that, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just covered some of the bigger ones. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What cards do you want to see buffed? What cards do you want to see nerfed? Like I said, let me know in the comments below. But that's the end of the video. If you liked this list, leave a like on the video. Maybe Supercell will see it and see all the positive feedback and add some of these ideas to the game. If you don't like an idea or disagree with it, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I would love to hear your feedback. But anyways guys, that's the end of the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see some more Clash Royale content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But once again, thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video.